Hello. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I am going to check real quick just because I'm using something different currently. Um, see if I can see. See. Oh, yep. Okay. I just heard it come through on the audio. So that's all taken care of. Um, sorry, I'm working in a little different space than normal. I do have the chakra deck here. I have the chakra deck here for you guys. I'm gonna go and look for some stuff. The dog got, um, I guess, one of their toys is back there. I'm actually going to unplug this one though because it's not plugged into anything. They had something about that the other day on Mark and Kelly. Um, the morning show about hazards for your pets. And they included, leaving cords that are plugged in, right? Where, it's something that's attractive to pets. So just as you would have little safety plugs on your electrical outlets. If you had children, remind yourself when you have pets down at that level, like, oh yeah, they could get into that stuff too. Now, my one dog, you don't have to worry about her. That it would be an accident though, but then that would be a horrible accident. So even if it was like an act, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand some pets are smart enough, right? Whereas others are more curious. Okay. Accidents still do happen, right? And that's what they were talking. And then like grapes also, you're not supposed to feed. I know onions, you're not supposed to feed dogs. Um, but grapes was something I was not aware of that they were that toxic. I was like, wow, okay. Anyway, I got football on in the background. Hope you guys don't mind catching up catching up on all the playoffs here. Well, I got my food going in the crock pot and it's we're gonna have some like cold temps, so I'm like get all my stuff ready so I don't have to worry about that when it's terribly cold. Anyway, here it says for your root chakra, okay, and it is a very long thing here. I'm not gonna read exactly the entire thing, but it does say it's a tree for all nature party. Okay. Yeah, it says if you don't make it to a forest today, just put your feet on the earth. Sometimes you can go to a park, you can just step outside, opening up the windows, letting in the fresh air. I know it's cold, but like, um, cycling that air through your house is, what folks do, okay? And it is healthy and grounding, all right? Good for all your chakras, including your root chakra, right? Okay. Let's get another one here. This one is for the crown. And this is saying hush, please, right? So yeah, don't overthink things if you need some quiet space to meditate, things of that nature. Please do so, right? Can you put a lid on your brain noise and give your soul 30 minutes of silence today? Put away the phone, turn off the TV, la 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 la, right? Okay. So setting aside some meditation for yourself. What is your practice that you have? Do you have a best practice? Do you have one established? Right? Okay. Maybe for some of you, meditating while in nature, extra benefits, right? Um, I used to try and walk at lunchtime to get away from my desk. Try not to eat your lunch at your desk, right? And um, get outside and walk. I used to listen to the solfeggio frequencies while I was out walking, and it helped just kind of clear my mind, reset myself. So when I would go back in the afternoon, ready to work again, I had a refreshed mindset. Okay, so that's kind of also that hush, please. Allowing yourself the space to not think about, oh, I have this to do, and oh, I have that to do, because that's what gets popularized, that's what gets glamorized. Or are you working hard enough? Are you doing this enough? Blah, 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 right? Oh, I was so busy last weekend. I'm tired just listening to you. Oh, jeez. Allow yourself that time to shut down so you're not in that busy bee aspect. You're not a bee, you're a human being trying to be. Okay. So even as the bees, that flying around is only part of their job. It's only part of their job. Okay. I am that I am again, the crown chakra. So this really coming through very powerfully here. And it says I am that today's cosmic mantra. So hum. SOHUM. I am that I am. So hum, which translates to I am that I am, is a fantastic mantra for a quick little meditation today. What was I talking about? Meditation. On each inhalation, say or think the syllable so. On each exhalation, hum. So hum. I guess it works. I am that I am, right? Okay. Again, this is the chakras deck. So two crown chakra. Let's get one more since these are entertaining. Clean eating day. Again, crown chakra. So paying attention to what goes into your body. It's probably on a lot of people's list for 2026. And considering this is a new moon reading, yeah, you better set those intentions for yes, yes, this year I would like to eat better. I would like to feel better. Go check out my Feel Better Guru YouTube page for lifestyle tips. Okay, and recipes. Okay. All right. Here it says fasting is excellent for the crown chakra, but we all gotta eat. So, how about devoting your next 24 hours to nourishing your crown through your stomach? Think whole, think clean, think green, veggies like spinach, carrots, broccoli, sweet potatoes, beets, and asparagus. Early spring, asparagus starts to come in season, right? Mhm. Low glycemic fruit, like berries and oranges. I just picked up some strawberries at the store for like $3 for the pound, 16-ounce clamshell. And they're decent. I even put some in my wine earlier. Right, so you want me to take a chill pill out there, like I really wonder, and it's not that I want to promote alcohol use, but I wonder sometimes it's like Is that why y'all have so many kids? Because you don't drink? I mean, yeah. Um, and then there's the reverse that happens too. So I don't know. What do you guys think out there? Yeah, what else does it say here? Low glycemic fruit like berries and oranges. Yes, organic bone broth. So, the way I like to make chicken stock real easy, if you don't have time to do your own, use the rotisserie chicken that you can pick up at the grocery store, and then you can make chicken stock from that. Okay, so this again, the hip term, that started coming on in like the last decade is bone broth, right? But um, they sell stock in the store. They even sell vegetable stock as well. If you are a vegetarian and you prefer vegetable stock, but don't be afraid to make your own vegetable stock either. Just pick up a bunch of carrots, celery, mushrooms, whatever, throw in your herbs and let that simmer for, at least 4 hours, right? Um, you know, make that a little Sunday project or something. You know what I mean? People be like, oh, 4 hours, I don't have time for that. What do you mean? Throw it in the pot, throw the water on it, bring it to a boil, and then let it simmer for the rest of the day and check it periodically, right? Okay. Anyway, organic bone broth, yeah, to soothe your gut, and herb spices like garlic, turmeric, ginger, and cinnamon to fight infection. I have heard that before about cinnamon to fight infection. Yes, yes, yes. And inflammation. Eat the rainbow. Eat as many different colored foods as you can. And don't forget to high five yourself when you're done because every self respecting grown up deserves kid like credit for doing something hard. And yeah, we do have a lot of temptations and stuff out there too. So sometimes clean eating is hard, but sometimes we make things harder than they need to be, right? I mean, have you ever read a reference manual? Case in point. Case, case in point. Anyway, back to the reading. Oh, I got one of the teams is actually leading by a couple points now. It was like neck and neck there. But I mean, one of the last games, it was like I tuned in, and then that was not the score that was at the end. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just don't know. And I haven't been really following these two teams this year, so I would have no idea who's projected to win on this one today. Oh my heavens, excuse me. Sorry, guys. It's been snowing on and off here today all day, so I've been in this like wanting to take a nap because of the quiet of the snow. But again, it is a new moon, right? A new moon weekend. It's also Benjamin Franklin's birthday today. Yesterday it was MLK Jr.'s birthday, which we observe on in the States on Monday. So if you are trying to contact anyone in the United States, they might be on holiday, right? Because their office might be closed. Okay. Well, he just caught something. Okay. Anyway, what I was saying, catching a case. They're catching a case. Look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius, okay? You might have Sagittarius in your chart, okay? I'm gonna try and adjust this. Sorry, guys. Hang on. Jesus. My gosh, that was the lowest one? Yowza. These lights are intense, you guys. I don't know how some of y'all do that all the time. Like I do not. That's why I like to shoot in natural light or daylight as much as possible because you get to looking at that into the ring light too much and it just I don't think that's good for your eyes. Anyway, I don't know. We got any professionals in there about for answers? The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. Well, it will be waxing, right? Once the new moon is over. But, again, kind of like when you get that eclipse happens, when totality happens and everything goes silent. Let that happen for yourself for those meditation minutes that you're going to be gaining every single day. And I say that you're going to be gaining those minutes every day because it's going to help you become more efficient. You're going to be like, it's going to take up so much time. I get it. But when you do this, it's going to refocus you so well that you're going to start, kind of becoming that well-oiled version of yourself where you're like, hey, um, where's this person been? Because, I've been feeling burnout. I've been feeling like I was stuck in a rut. I've been eating crap foods, right? Remember that clean eating day card we had earlier? Okay. That's why we do those things because our brains aren't processing optimally, right? Okay. Again, the solfeggio frequencies, if you are a audiophile, that might help you. You are good enough, full moon in Virgo. Mhm. So if you weren't sure, you are. Okay. Again, I am that I am, right? And so you're like, yeah, but my goal this year is to lose that weight. And, it has, because I have to look like this and blah, blah, whatever. Okay. Loving yourself where you start is important, right? I am what I am that I am. So when you do make that progress, right, you understand what you went through to get there, right? Everyone has trouble loving themselves, right? Uh, don't don't let cockiness and outer appearances or arrogance confuse you. Yeah, here it says ego checklist, literally right beside me for your solar plexus. Here it says confidence is great, but without humility and gratitude. What was I just saying? Gratitude. We run the risk of becoming an arrogance monster. Think of something you love about yourself today. Yeah, see, people think like, oh, they're so in love with themselves, they're so arrogant. Well, really, it's they're having a crisis of self, right? So here it's saying, think of something you love about yourself today. Say it out loud. Think about all the people who've helped inspire and foster that quality in you, either through personal help or totally impersonal, but still totally valid inspiration or role modeling. Okay. Notice how you couldn't have gotten where you are alone. After all, it takes a village. Go ahead and thank them in meditation, journaling, actual text call, and repeat. And, this doesn't have to be to a certain person. You can write a letter out if you want to. You can, just address it to the universe and God, right? Which I think most people do in the way of prayer. Okay? It's time to take action. New moon, literally. New moon in Aries. Spring will be on the horizon as well. Just as we're having this new moon of 2026, we're gonna have spring. Um, you know, Sooner than later. We already had the winter solstice, right? Okay. Yeah, confidence is your key to success. Again, new moon in Leo. All right. And this is saying, confidence is great, but I'm not talking about false confidence, right? This is saying that you train for this. Like this is your wheelhouse. This is what you know how to do. So go forth and do it. It's do or do not. There is no try. If you did it, then you tried, right? If you didn't, then you did not try. Okay. The choice is yours, right? For 2026. But understand that you're good enough to, put up that shot, right? Don't let the shot clock of your life run out before you go out and try something, you know? And again, I am that I am. You see all these people running out here getting all these plastic surgeries, all this crazy stuff. And it's like, okay, well, how do they feel on the inside? Did that help them? Did that impede them? Like, some people would be like, oh, well, I'm doing it for my career. What kind of career requires you to have plastic surgery? You know, um, I was just, you know, pontificating on life earlier anyway, and reminding myself that, our grandparents didn't have cell phones, and yet they survived and lived fulfilling, happy lives. Okay, in many cases, all right, and have made it way further than some folks I know that have had many a cell phone. Okay, anyway, anyway, all right. I think yeah, a new start is coming in here in the bottom. This new moon. So this is your new memory for 2026. So again, look at the bigger picture, bigger and better maybe for you, right? The energy is gaining momentum. You are good enough. It's time to take action. Yeah. Some people think you got to play small ball because, you came from so and so, or who do you think you are? Blah, blah. Well, everybody came from somewhere. Okay. It might as well be you. And if you're the one required, and was called to do this, then what's the problem? What's the problem? That's becomes their problem, right? Not your problem, you know? So, oh, you guys, sometimes I don't know what it was I was laughing at the other day, but it was some kind of, message where somebody thought that this was going to happen and then some, and then once you heard about it, you're like, they thought, who was going to do what now? You know what I mean? You're like, and why would they have even thought that? And, oh boy, it gave me such a chuckle, thinking about it. It was one of those things where it was a split second, and then if you have me remember, I was like, you know what I mean? But I can't, so that's what I'm saying. Anyway, I think you guys know what I mean. But, yeah, yeah. So, until next time, please do manifest wisely. Please do like the video, especially if you were in the chat today. And remember, you do not have to be a subscriber in order to like the video. Okay. So until next time, please do manifest wisely. Bye bye.